Staff that are essential, again, to safety. They're the front-facing staff, the people who evacuate stations, sell tickets, open barriers when there's an emergency. And of course, these people were people who were lionised and rewarded and decorated after the bombings in London. And of course now, in the needs to cut money and make profit, these people are now suddenly dispensable. And we've sent over notice to London Underground on Friday. We're going to fight tooth and nail for each one of these jobs. We're balloting the whole of our London Underground members in defence of these station staff, drivers, engineers and everybody else. And with the solidarity of the rest of the people and the rest of our members, we're sure this is a victory that we can win. So basically, what's the government strategy, what's the boss's strategy? If you look at it, what they're trying to do is quite blatant. They're trying to split off the public sector workers from the private sector workers. They're coming up with all these figures with top civil servants and their pensions, and to say, well, this is a generalisation, and trying to make it a generalisation in the minds of the public. And it's absolute rubbish. I mean, I know people from the PCS have told me, and it's even published in government figures, the average civil service pension is around £8,000. So, you know, that's hardly a gold-plated pension. That's not the sort of figures that are being bandied around on the TV. And again, this is deliberately obscuring the actual facts in order to line up a massive attack on public sector workers. And I have to say, we've got to get in alliance together that will defend not only rail workers, but people in the public sector everywhere, and indeed people in the private sector as well. The other arm of the government strategy is again to reinterpret the anti-trade union laws. And we've had wind that they're now going to say any ballots that haven't had 40% of the members of the union voting yes will be outlawed. And there's even word about outlawing public sector strikes in general. Now I have to say that'll send a clear message to trade union leaders, and they've got to stand up and fight. We've got to stand up and fight. Or basically we're going to be turned into slaves. Because the only people that can't withdraw their labour are slaves, and we cannot allow ourselves to be enslaved by this government or any other government. Now, what's our strategy? Well, first of all, I think that organisations like the National Shop Stewards Movement are going to come into its own at this time. I don't think that the TUC, and I understand people need to pressure the TUC and fight within it. They change its policy. But to be quite honest, you know, it's something my mum prays on a regular basis, so you know, I'm not saying that people shouldn't pray as well. I'm not saying that people shouldn't lobby the TUC, but it's not just good enough to lobby the TUC and pray. I think it's incumbent upon us, working class militants, to actually build a viable organisation. And this is where struggles like happened in Lindsay are absolute templates of what happened. And before anybody starts, I'm not condoning some of the racist nonsense that went on in Lindsay with some of the slogans, British jobs for British workers. Absolutely disgraceful slogan. If somebody came on the RMT picket line with that slogan, I don't think they'd be staying very long. But the fact is, those workers acted outside the anti-trade union laws, and they acted outside the anti-trade union laws, and they won a massive victory. And that shouldn't be lost, comrades. That shouldn't be lost. So we've got two counterposed positions. They're trying to bring cuts, they're trying to sow dissension between public and private sector workers. They're trying to use anti-trade union laws. We're trying to build solidarity, we're trying to build our networks, we build across the public and private sector. And we say to people, prepare. Prepare now. Because if we can't pressure our leaders on to breaking the anti-trade union laws, we've got to put a network in place amongst ourselves and on all our workplaces where we can stand up ourselves and break the anti-trade union laws.